Hi everybody. Today I'm coming to you from my living room, so it's a little bit of a different view, and I just felt like sitting out here for a little bit because I really don't feel like cleaning the craft room, and I'm sure y'all understand that. What I wanted to start with today, I'm going to show you my pattern haul from Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and also my recent finishes that I've done. Some of them have been sold and mailed off, but I have some here and I'll get to show you those. You do want to follow my Facebook page, and it is Privies and Prims. It's Privies and Prims, like primitives. On there, I will post progress when I'm making stuff so that you'll get to see it before I actually put it out in the video. So first off, I'm going to show you the patterns, my pattern haul, and it's quite a bit. And then I'm going to show you the finishes. So this is one of the freebies that I had showed you before. I'm getting ready to start a new project here today because I don't have anything going right now. So I had to get everything out and try to decide what I wanted to do. So that is Pineberry Lane, and that is from 2014, but it is still on the website because that's where I got it. This is from Not Forgotten Farm. This is a freebie that she just posted in her Facebook group. So if you're not on there, definitely join. Friends of Not Forgotten Farm is what it is. And she also, it's on her blog, Not Forgotten Farm blog. So this is one that I purchased, not on Black Friday. I actually purchased it before that. So I'm not sure if I showed you this already. That is the Humble Stitcher that is from Etsy. And there is her information right there. This is a primitive snowman doll. Liberty Creek Primitives had a sale on her patterns. I'm not sure if I'll get that made this year. I'm not really in the mood to make primitive dolls, but I bought this before Black Friday because I was thinking about doing a craft show, and those would be good for a craft show. And I also purchased Fred from Liberty Creek Primitives. And again, these may be repeat. I may have shown these to you already. I'm not really in the mood for doll making right now, so those will probably wait till next year. These are two that I'm probably going to start today. These are two punch needle patterns, and they go on the little sliding pencil box. I'm thinking you can see that good. It's kind of dark on the pictures. Anyway, these are Teresa's Primitive Treasures, and she is on Etsy also, and her website is right there where my finger is pointing. So those are two that, there's a quick punches, and I'm probably going to do those, and they will be in my Etsy shop. This is one from the Humble Stitcher. This may be a repeat, I'm not sure. Because I know I showed you some before, but then I went and bought a whole bunch more. I really love this one. So if you've been following me, you know I've only done 2 canted cross stitch patterns since I just started back. So I'm trying to find really easy patterns. This is another Humble Stitcher pattern. She had a sale, so I bought this. This will be made in the summertime. And this is Country Rustic Primitives. It's called Primitive Christmas Tree Pin Keep. It's kind of dark, but hopefully you can see that. I like these little smalls for me as a beginner. This again is Country Rustic Primitives. This is a spring one, but I bought it because it was on sale. And her information is, whoops, right there. So she is on Etsy. That's where I bought them. This one is for summer. It's Glory Bee Pillow Tuck. Country Rustic Primitives again. I really like that one. These pictures are kind of dark. It's not the lighting in the room. Actually, it's the pictures. They're dark. This one is again Country Rustic Primitives. It is called Feeding the Reindeer Pillow Tuck. That is so adorable. I love all the primitives. I'm hoping that this is coming in clear for you. It doesn't look real clear for me. And then I went through, I renewed my membership to Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. There hasn't been many, honestly, not many primitive punch needle patterns in there at all, except for Teresa's Prim Treasures and the Old Tattered Flag. It got, honestly, I'm just going to give my honest opinion, it got too cutesy for me. So I let my membership run out. But now that I am starting to do cross stitch, I know there's more primitive cross stitch than there is punch needle in there. So I renewed, and when you renew, I got the digital subscription, and that allowed me to go back a year or two and download all the back issues. And I had already had a bunch downloaded from when I was a subscriber before. So I started going through and finding some patterns, and this one is Merry Snowman by Teresa's Primitive Treasures. So this can be found in this issue that's out right now. It's Christmas Winter 2022. I won't show you the pattern, just the picture. That is Teresa's Prim Treasures. So that is in the current issue. So if you subscribe, you'll get that one. And this is another major reason, because Lori Brecklin was in it, this issue at Christmas, and I'm hoping to see more of her work. So this is an embroidery pattern. It is not cross stitch, it is embroidery in an 1823 winter basket. So this is again in the current issue of Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. So what I do is download it to my Google Drive, and then I go through when I'm going to do something and I just print out whatever I want to make. So this one is from 2021 Christmas Winter issue, and this is Teresa Kogut. That is a little more than I'm ready for right now, but I wanted to print it out so that I don't forget it. That is, again, Teresa Kogut, and it might be on her website because I know she can put it out 1 year after it's in the magazine. And this was, again, let me show you right here, 2021 Winter Christmas issue. So she might not publish that for another month or two. This is another one that I'm not quite ready for yet. This was 2021 spring issue, and this is Teresa's Prim Treasures. I love it, but I'm not sure I'm ready for that much work yet. Right now I'm going to try to stick with the smalls. And this one is 2021 Christmas Winter issue. It's called 'Tis the Season, and it's designed by Esther Marjanovic of Sub Rosa Design. I'm not sure if I said that right. Anyway, I like this. I thought I would just do the reindeer and the Christmas tree and just do like a little pillow. That would be easy for me. So that one is 2021 Christmas issue. And so I kind of had fun printing all these out, you know. It was like, because, you know, you get the feeling like just because you bought the pattern and print it, you get a feeling of accomplishment, even though you haven't even made it yet. And I think a lot of people feel like that. You just feel like you did something. This is Flowers and Pumpkin, and this is from 2022 fall issue, Teresa's Prim Treasures. So you can see Teresa's Prim Treasures does a lot of primitives in there. Her and the Old Tattered Flag are my favorites in there. But now Lori Brecklin's in there too, so I'm going to add her to the favorites, and hopefully she'll continue to submit patterns. This one is 2022 Summer, and it is Faith, Hope, and Love Box by Teresa's Prim Treasures. So, now I'm not saying the patterns in the book are not nice. I'm just saying, in my opinion, they're not primitive. And the magazine started out being a lot more primitive than what it is now. And I have given feedback. But, of course, they get what the designers submit. So, I don't know if they ever reject anything. I'm not sure. But it is a very well-loved, successful magazine. It's just not always for me. I might find one pattern out of the whole magazine that is something that I would want to make. But for the digital subscription, I think it was $24, and that's 4 issues, plus you got to download all the back issues for a year or two. So it was well worth it for me. So now I'm going to show you my finishes. And this one I just finished yesterday. And this is a Brenda Gervais with the needle on thread pattern. The last one I made was bigger, and it went all the way out to the outside. And this one, I was trying to fit it on the weaver's cloth with another project, and I reduced it a little bit, not thinking about the end result. So now it doesn't come all the way out to the outside, which is still okay. It's still really cute. It's just not what I intended. I intended it to come all the way out. So it does have the ruching ribbon in there, but you can't see it real good. So if I make more of these, because I've made 3 and they're all sold, I may make a couple more. So if anyone's interested, get in touch with me. But I will make them come all the way out. So this one is a cross stitch. This is my second pattern that I did in the counted cross stitch, and this was a freebie pattern, and this is how I finished the back. I cut the slit and stuffed it, and I think it's stuffed with rags, fabric clippings, and then I just whip stitch it shut, and I took this piece of, this is actually a salvage edge from weaver's cloth, coffee stained it, and just stitched it on there. But I love the fabric that I used for the backing. It has little mittens and different things of Christmas on it. And then it really looked too plain to me. So I took this edging here and I coffee stained that because it was really bright red. And then I just hot glued just a really thin line of hot glue around it and stuck it on there. And then I took the rusty pin or rusty bell and put it on there. And then I unraveled some of this trim right here and just glued that on there so you can see the back. So it's really, it's very simple, but yet it really doctored it up because it was way too plain without that trim on there. These, I think I showed in another video, but these are the first cross stitch that I did, the counted cross stitch. And these are, oh gosh, the pattern for these, I think is, I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up just so I don't give the wrong thing, and I'll put it here on the screen. But this is how I finished the back. I just cut a slit, stuffed them with fiber fill, and then stitched a piece of the same fabric. First I whip stitched the opening closed, and then just stitched that fabric on there. And put the, this roping twine is actually sewn in to that. And then I put the little rusty safety pin and bell on there. And this one was supposed to have a date at the top, but I didn't really care for that. So I put the word prim in, which is off center, but that's okay because it's primitive. And we get a lot of leeway with that. This is an uncounted cross stitch that I finished. This is Pineberry Lane, and same way on the back closure, just a piece of wool. This is wool from an Old Navy coat that I got for 50 cents at a thrift store. I think it had something wrong with it and why they had marked it down so cheap. This is rag stuffed, and then that's the finished. It's almost counted. It almost looks like counted, I should say, but it is uncounted. And I love this. So primitive. Now, this is my other latest finish, and I love this little guy. And he is Teresa's Primitive Treasures pattern, and she sells this pattern in rug hooking and punch needle, and I just have it on this little funnel. Now this is the same funnel that I used in the fall for my crow and pumpkin, and it just has the opening here, and I did not glue it on the crow and pumpkin, so I was able to just take it off and switch it with seasons and put something different on there. And then this just has a wire that I tucked in and then brought it back out here, which was a little tough to do to get it through all that, but it worked. And just did a little curly on that. So I love that. You can see it back there. And one more. Let me get that. I almost forgot this guy. So this is another one that I absolutely love. It is 3-dimensional. This is Brenda Gervais with Needle on Thread. It is, I believe, supposed to be an ornament, but I had bought this grate at a thrift store, and I had this for many years, this rusty bow here, and the star is separate. Now, if you've ever tried to glue one of these stars on, you know that it's kind of hollow inside in the back, and it punches out, so it's really hard to glue on. What I did was take a little piece of scrap wool fabric and I just folded it over and hot glued like each layer to each layer as I folded it, and I stuffed the back of the star, and then I glued, I don't even know if you could see it, probably not, but I stuffed the star and then glued it to the flat part of this bow, so it should stay. Now you do want to preferably use E6000 when you're gluing on metal, and I could not find mine for anything, so I just used the hot glue, and later on I will probably have to replace it because it probably won't stay. So this, I closed off this whole thing, opened the back, stuffed it, and stitched it closed, and then I rolled a piece of wool for this. As you can see, that's just a piece of wool that I rolled, and then I did a couple little stitches on the back, but also a little bit of hot glue. So on the back here, I tried, as you can see that hot glue, I tried to glue the tree to this, and then I thought better of that afterwards. I probably shouldn't have done that because it might not stay, but I was able to take needle on thread and go through a couple stitches here and then a couple stitches there in between to sew the tree to the actual grate, so it will stay on. I just wish it didn't have that ugly glue on the back now. And I thought about cutting a triangle of wool and putting it on there to cover it, but nobody's going to see it, so that's okay. But I really like the way that turned out, and then I just glued the little star up there. I do have a question for antiquers. We're trying to figure out what this actual grate was used for originally. It kind of looks like a fryer thing or something, but I got two of them, and somebody said a cheese grater, but I don't think that's what it was. So maybe some kind of cooling rack, but if you're an antiquer and you know, please leave it down in the comments if you know for sure. But it's got a great, what we call patina on it, and I really like it. And I did get two of them, so I don't know what I'll do with the other one. But those are my latest finishes. And I have one here that I actually punched last year, and then I just did the box to put it on. This is going to go in my Etsy shop. And what I did with the inside is just put some black washed watered down paint and then wiped it out. So I just did like a stain on it with the black paint, and then I did that all over. But I did a base coat of black, and then I did the dark red, and then I sanded it to distress it, and then I put a black wash on it and wiped it off. So this is going to be in my Etsy shop. It is going to be $85. There's only one, and I will post it later today. This is a Not Forgotten Farm Lori Brecklin pattern. I did punch it last year, but I didn't put it on anything until this year. So I really like that. And you can see how big it is by my hand. So, all right, everybody, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and tell me what your favorite pattern was in the comments. I think I'm going to definitely do those two pencil box punch needles first, and then I'm not sure which cross stitch I'm going to start. I might do, like I said, the deer and the trees in this one, and just do that part. So I might do that today. It looks pretty simple for me. I ordered a new light. It is a floor lamp, and I am waiting for it. It's being shipped. I got it on Black Friday. I got the Ott light, the floor lamp, and it was, I think, $55. So that was a pretty good price. And I have a table light here that I can use until that comes. It's just a little bit more awkward because when I pull the thread, the gooseneck for the light is right there. So I have to kind of pull this way. So I decided to get the floor lamp so I can put it on this side of me because I'm right-handed. So I'll get it all worked out. It's all a beginner thing, and once I get that figured out, everything will be good. So in the meantime, happy stitching, happy punching, and I hope you enjoyed my videos. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe. I know a lot of people that watch my videos are not subscribed, and it's totally free. So hit that button, subscribe, and then ring that bell, and you get an email notification. And again, don't forget, check out my Facebook page and follow that, and you will see all the progress in between videos. I always post on there what I'm working on. All right, see you next time. Bye, everybody.